America always prides themselves on being the heroes, yet there have been many instances of the United States not living up to the standards written at the foot of the Statue of Liberty. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wrenched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest tossed to me. I left my lamp beside the golden door. One such incident was the plight of the passenger ship, the St. Louis, filled with Jewish refugees fleeing Nazi Germany in 1939. The ship was rejected from Cuba, the US, and Canada. When I read about the ship, I wonder why they could not take 900 people into their arms to save them from death and being tortured. It is definitely a scar on America's history. Before World War II, Hitler was sworn into being Chancellor and soon becoming the President of Germany. He had already spread his beliefs on the Jews and had already created a mass following. Once he had this power, he could finally put his beliefs into the government. He makes himself a dictator and starts making laws so Jews are highly discriminated against. In Germany, while Hitler was in power, Jews were harassed. There were a ton of laws making it so they could not get a proper education. They could not go to school, their businesses were closed, and a lot of Jewish men were brought to concentration camps where they were made to work and get tortured and probably killed. When the war was ending, the inmates at the concentration camps were brought on death marches. They would have to march long distances in harsh conditions where many people died or got killed by the Nazis. The Nazis were awful to the Jews. Anti-Semitism has happened before in Europe. In the 13th century, there was an Inquisition, which was much like the Holocaust. Jews were killed and captured and tortured. The only way for them to survive is to convert to Christianity. It is not just Jews. In lots of countries in Asia and Europe, religions have been discriminated against or have been killed off. Many wars are over wanting one religion in the country. Also, many terrorist groups' views are based on religion. It has been a common theme in the world for wars and killings to be over a superior religion. In 1939, a ship full of 900 Jews fled to America from Germany right before World War II because they knew what was coming. They first went to Cuba but were not allowed in. They decided to journey to America because the U.S. prides itself on being welcoming, but we rejected them. By the end of the war, half the ship was dead, while Americans thought we were heroes freeing everyone and winning the war. America likes to talk about how we help people out and never do anything wrong, when they were responsible for 450 deaths just because they did want 900 people into the country. They could have just helped out until the war was over, instead of sending them back to Germany to run around while being hunted. The St. Louis was treated horribly in Germany and was treated badly by the U.S. On May 7, 1945, Germany surrendered. The Jews were released from concentration camps. Most were very mentally unstable, and it was hard for them to go back to a normal life. The leaders that survived got put on trial. Hitler shot himself when the war was ending, so he did not have to go on trial. The trials were called the Nuremberg trials. 185 people were tried. After the trial, 3 people were found not guilty. 12 people were sentenced to death. 8 people will get a life sentence. 77 people were put in jail for different lengths. 23 people were accused of crimes against humanity. They were accused of this because they did medical experiments on prisoners. What the Nazis did can't get described in words on how bad they were. What happened during World War II was the worst war ever, with 75 million people dying. It was one of the worst genocides ever. 20 million military officers died, and 40 million civilians died. They usually died in mass bombings on cities. Hitler did not care about anyone, he only cared about if he could make his version of a perfect world. Now fast forward to modern day. Israel is America's best ally. Lately, America has been giving Israel lots of money for their military and helping out with military support. Israel is disliked by their neighboring countries, so they need as much military as they can have. The U.S. and Israel have never been stronger. They believe in the same thing and work together to make the world a better place. What happened to the St. Louis shows how America always prides itself on being the good guys. Most of the time, we are, but every little thing that we do adds up. America has done many bad little things that have added up to be equal to something bad. They have made it so thousands of immigrants have had to go back to their country where there might be a war or they feel unsafe. America can't let everyone in, but they can at least help people out who can't get into the country. Something needs to be done so people can be safe if they don't feel comfortable in their country.